What's up everybody, my name is Zach and welcome to Limited Bash Customs. Today I'm going to be installing a set of driving lights to my N70 Hilux. I'm going to take you along step by step, so hopefully by the end of this video you'll be able to do the same. First thing you're going to need to do is get yourself a set of driving lights. I've gone with these King 7-inch. They're cheap, they're nasty, they work, and it's easily upgradable later on. The next thing you're going to have to do is get yourself a wiring harness. So if you've got one of these or another cheap alternative off the internet, first thing you're going to do is throw it in the bin. I'll be making a video why I have that opinion later on. For now, to keep moving on. So if you've just thrown your wiring loom in the bin or haven't purchased one yet, you have two options. One is to build that wiring loom completely from scratch, which I'll show you how to do in a future video, or the other is to buy a quality wiring loom from a reputable supplier. Today we're going to be using one of our own harnesses. So this here is the prototype harness for the N70 Hilux, made in-house at Limited Bash Customs, with the idea that it is going to be a direct plug and play kit. There is no additional cutting, crimping, soldering, or anything like that. Let's take a closer look in now at what's actually included in the kit. Inside our wiring kit you'll find your main harness, the adapter for the headlights, mounting bracket, relay, switch, and a fuse. Let's get it put in our car. So you've got your driving lights, you've got your wiring loom, so what else are you going to need? Well, that's just some basic tools, like some side cutters, some spanners, sockets and ratchet, screwdrivers, and I would also recommend an installation tool for making it easier to get the wiring through the firewall. What do I mean by that? It's a little tool, something like this. Essentially, a screwdriver looking thing. It's got a tube, it's hollow all the way through, in which case you're able to feed the wiring on the inside and pull it back out. This makes the job so much simpler, especially when you've got connectors on the end of your wiring loom. So the first step we're going to do is going to disconnect and remove our battery. And while we're at it, we're going to take off our front grille. So with our battery out of the way, it is time to start installing our wiring kit. So we've got our mounting bracket here with the wiring loom attached to it. We're going to undo the bolt here holding this earth strap. This bolt's now going to go through the earthing on our wiring kit, through the mounting strap, and then back into the vehicle, keeping the original earth between the mounting strap and the body of the vehicle. So you've mounted your harness to the vehicle and it's time to start running the wires. This is all done by following existing looms already in your vehicle. To start with, we're going to go out towards the driving lights. Take your adapter, unplug it from your headlight. Adapter's installed. Yep, connect it to our wiring harness. So we continued to run our loom following the horn wiring. So it's come down, it's run along here, we'll come up, and we've got our two ends here. Now this is where we got a little bit of problems with the length of our looms. This particular wiring kit was designed to plug directly into the back of the light. However, if, like the lights we're installing today, yours comes with a little bit of loom, it's just a simple matter of doubling these back up to take up the excess length, or even being a standard Deutz connector, you could cut and shorten if you preferred. The next thing we're going to do is run our power wire. So that is this wire here. So from our relay, it's going to go along the bottom of the fuse box there, joining onto our main power into the fuse box, coming around, and we'll get connected to the top terminal like so. Okay. So we've now got our wiring done to our lights, our earth, our headlight, and our battery. All that's left is to run this here loom inside to our switch. Let's do it. Same as before, we're continuing along with all the existing looms in the vehicle. And behind our fuse box. Following along. Now we've come to that point that I was talking about at the start of the video, getting our wire through the firewall. So we've got to get our wire through the firewall, and I'm pretty lucky here I haven't got too many accessories installed, so I actually have a totally blank hole to go through. And what I'm going to do is install one of our tools. So this is one I've just made personally. It's a bit of old fuel pipe. I put a nice angle on the end, help slide it through, and it'll perfectly fit our wires through the inside. We then take some CRC, WD-40, some kind of lubricant. We're going to spray up our tube just to help it pull through. Feed that in through our hole. Just like so. And that means now the rubber of that grommet on our insulation or even your bare wires, depending on how you're going installing it, won't grab on it and start pulling, giving you a hard time getting those wires fed through. All we've got to do here now is poke them through the hole. So with those wires now fed through the hole, I'll continue to pull the loom through. I'll tie it all up on the engine bay side. Then all I've got to do with this particular tool is grab hold of it, pull it through the rest of the firewall, slide along the loom, and it's off, ready to use for the next one. So we've got our wire pulled through now. What we're going to do is take our glove box out. Just opens up a lot more access, makes this job significantly easier. I'm going to reach up in behind our dash where our wire comes through. And a little bit of manoeuvring. Out comes our applicator. Slide that along, off the end of our wire. We can use that again on another thing, and our wire is through the firewall. Okay, pull out this center panel. Disconnect our wires. Move that out of the way. Okay. So now to install the rest of this wiring, we're just going to continue our process of following existing wiring looms. So we've come through the firewall there, plenty of wiring. Then what we're going to do is go along the bottom of the fan, following our fan wiring, poking up in behind our panel we just removed, so our switch insert areas, cigarette lighter, those bits. There's a wiring loom that runs across the top of it. Continue along there, out into our driver's side footwell. I'll do that and we'll continue on. Same thing as before, keep following the looms. So up, we go down along here, then run up and along the back to our OBD port, and finally up to where our switch is going to be mounted. We've got our wiring run. All that's left now is to put the connector on the end of our pins. So I've got our connector here. So we're going red, and then green. Come on, get in the hole. Skipping one, and blue. Just like so. Push them all in, lock it down. Here's our connector on. We now take our switch, we plug it in, push it in there. Our wiring is pretty much complete at this point. Next step is realise you just installed your switch upside down, pull it back out, turn it around, and put it in the right way. With our wiring mostly installed at this point, it's time to put our battery back in. Install our relay. Hook our power to positive battery terminal. At this point we can also install our fuse. Now all we've got left is to mount our driving lights and finish up by hooking up our earth. So all we've really got left now is to bolt our lights on. And there we go. There we go, done. Easy as that. I hope this video will help you install driving lights into your own Hilux. If it does, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Otherwise, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.